Welcome back to Like I Was Saying with Velvet and Thee Baby. Two misguided hoes talking about whatever the fuck they feel like without interruption, like we were saying. Welcome back!
What up, what up, what up?
Episode 4, how you guys doing?
Hopefully y'all week is great. You know, it's motherfucking Wednesday.
We keep pushing,
Yes, so it's your girl, Velvet.
And Thee Baby.
I'm in here too.
I was going to introduce you. Damn, you just cut through.
I was acting like I was not a part of this anymore.
No, so today, guys, we have a special guest that y'all heard his voice. So introduce yourself.
You literally just told me you were going to introduce me.
His name is Justin.
Yes, Justin is one of my close friends.
To give context to who Justin is.
Really?
To give context to who Justin is who Velvet wanted to start her initial podcast with, who Fee was runner-up for.
That is news to me, I think.
No, we talked about it, remember? And I was like, oh, it'd be cool we start a podcast because our chemistry and us being best friends.
All I remember is...
But you was like in a whole different city.
I remember talking to someone else about how I used to do True Blood reviews when I was in college.
That was me, bitch. Here, at this house.
I knew it was here, I just didn't know if it was you or
yes.
the kid.
No, it was me.
Well... Justin, welcome to Like I Was Saying.
You, Fee, you sound like you're happy that I'm here. I don't know about...
How am I? I am definitely... I'm the one that said that you should... You know what? See, this is what happens. People gang up on me, y'all. I'm very sweet and kind and nice, and I just feel attacked.
But we are still excited to have you and get... Like we mentioned, we want to occasionally add a third person in, do an interview, get a different perspective, and we got to be good.
Especially a male one.
Especially a male one. And to go ahead and kind of interject that now, I think would be a good kind of starting point. So this week has been kind of slow news week, but there's been some interesting things that have popped up on the timeline.
Yes. I don't know if y'all saw this, but if you haven't, please check it out. I saw it on Instagram. There was this African-American woman that used Guerrilla glue on her hair.
She ran out of the got-to-be glue.
So one thing is, I didn't even know that was got-to-be glue was a thing. So that's terrible for me. But I'm not a hair person. I got dreads and I ain't got to do nothing with that.
Well, it just helps your hair stay in place. It helps seal it in. You know, some people use gel.
Gel I've heard of.
Yes.
I've never heard of what got to be.
Got to be glue.
I think Got to Be is a brand.
Got to be, yes.
Okay.
They got like probably glue and gel and spritz and all that other.
I never knew there was glue for that. I know people use glue usually do like tracks and stuff.
Wigs. That's all I was.
Yes, but I never knew it was stuff to like lay your hair down because a lot of people use gel.
Oh, baby.
So, when I saw that, I was like, okay. But then when I saw her use Gorilla Glue, I just said, but that don't even make no fucking sense.
But context, it's not, so prior to seeing the video, the Gorilla Glue that I've seen have always come like in little bottles. Like
tiny
little
bottles.
Glue, like glue.
I have definitely
bottles.
seen it in big bottles.
Yes. And what this young lady displayed was like an aerosol can.
Like
and it shook like a hairspray can.
You remind me of Flex Seal.
Yes, ain't nothing leaking with the Flex Seal. Nothing. So this poor baby for a month now has had statue straight down to her scalp, slicked down.
That shit was slick, but that shit was shining too. You hear me?
The edges on fleek.
It looked real nice, but
it did.
I hope you can be happy with it.
She smacked her scalp.
She even put, what was it, some water, soap or something, on it. Shit was not moving.
She said, I washed my hair 15 times.
Yeah.
And I fell out. I think I almost dropped my phone. I said, oh no.
Baby.
I definitely laughed, and I said, it's bad, because I probably shouldn't have laughed, but I was laughing.
I don't even understand how you get that far, though, because Gorilla Glue
is on your fingers.
Like,
well, it's on a different aisle. I'm trying to figure out what aisle.
I don't think that she went and bought that. I think that it
was already her house. Because she said, I didn't have it anymore. Yes, because she said, I didn't have it anymore. Yeah, if you're going to go to the store,
you might as well have bought what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She didn't go and buy this girl.
Well, then she must not have bought it. She needed to consult whoever bought that in the house.
No, she needs to read. Like I tell my 10-year-old son, reading is imperative, and reading should have been. You should have read. I don't know what to say else to that. It's like you should have read.
Well, since then, Gorilla Glue has put out a statement. Gorilla Glue has since put out a statement reiterating it not for the purpose of which this young lady used it. At points, there were petty even comments, just kind of slight, saying that,
Where did Gorilla Glue release this statement? On Twitter?
I don't know. I viewed it on Instagram on the Shade Rooms. They're not paying us, by the way.
Yeah.
I viewed it on the Shade Room.
But if y'all want to pay us, go ahead, hit us up.
We're accepting all sponsorships at this point. You know.
Thanks. My Cash App will be in the
in the link below.
But they whole released a statement. And I feel like anytime something like this happens, a company has to for liability purposes.
But I feel like on there it tells you. I just feel. I don't even know. I have no words. And now I just want to know what she's going to do is what I really want to know. Like, you try to wash it. So, to me, I feel like cutting and shaving your head is the only thing you got.
Gorilla Glue had said that using acetone, which
on my head?
Yes.
For you, on my ass?
She might as well just shave it because the acetone's going to kill her hair. It's going to kill it.
And be painful. Pretty much probably already has had some impact.
At least it's there still.
But if she keeps it on there too long, there has to be effects to that.
She probably, if it's soaked into her pores at all, that shit is she might never be able to grow hair again.
I am concerned about it.
She needs to legit get rid of it ASAP. Like, I wouldn't do acetone because I just feel like that's too close to my eyes, number one.
Velvet, you have some sisters. If one of them had come to you with this problem, after you get out all of your laughs, what would your next step be for them?
I would have told them. No, I would have
contact a cosmetologist and ask.
I would have said that was dumb as shit. I don't understand it, but you need to cut your hair because there is something. The chemicals in that.
Too. What would you? Yeah, I want to know.
The chemicals in that you legit can't. Like, what else you gonna do?
I would just keep tapping their scalp, like, this don't move.
For a month.
This don't move, baby.
I don't think I would have told her to keep it for a month. If I was her family, I definitely would have said,
Well, she probably didn't mention it immediately. She probably not, after some days of realizing, this glue is stronger than my last stuff. She probably thought she was going to do it again. She
did go to the hospital, though. I did see recently an update. She did go to the doctor. Mm-hmm. The lady who was looking at her was a white lady, was the nurse, the doctor who was there. And one hand was touching her hair. The other one was grabbing her chest. Like, baby, I don't know what to do for you. I don't know how to help you out of this. But we might need to put you under some anesthesia. Break a saw out real quick and just like break into this hard exterior.
You better go to a barber.
Sand it down or something.
I don't know. Yeah. Go to a barber and see what they can do and then go from there. Is all I don't know what else. But a month, that's way too long.
I do hope that she's okay. I don't hope that she has any long-lasting issues. And stuff, like Justin said, with like her hair follicles going through her scalp. That definitely
oh my God.
Is concerning.
I'm nervous for her.
How to read what is for what in the future.
She said it shakes like a hairspray, so it must be one.
But she was like about to cry at the end. I had to stop it. I
couldn't almost cry.
Yeah, she was like, I tried to wash it, and I was like, "Ooh, shit! I gotta cut it off." I couldn't even.
She's been crying for last night.
No, it probably took a good couple weeks of her realizing this is working too well. Before,
because I ain't had to do nothing. Mm-hmm. This shit laying down slick, and it probably at first was like, "Ooh, I found a new thing that I can use," and now it's like, "Oh."
Or somebody else was like, "You had this hairstyle for a while. How do you keep it blonde?" And she's like, "Oh, I found this girl," and they was like, "Oh, baby, no."
That sounds more like it.
That definitely sounds much more plausible.
Yeah,
plausible.
But I hope she's okay. I definitely hope she's okay because I wouldn't even know what to do.
Yeah, I was gonna bring back the humility part of it. I hope she's good.
I really do though, because like I said, when she started, like you could see she was about to tear up. I was like, let me cut this off because I can't even.
And that's so close to like your ears, nose, eyes, mouth, all those chemicals. But yes, nonetheless,
she will be okay.
Warm thoughts and healing.
All of it.
All of that.
Prayers for you.
Yes. So, we talked about the silhouette challenge
on the last potty.
Yes. And I recently came across I did not know that, once the scene transfers over to their bad bitch mode, it's red. I didn't realize that was a filter.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
You put on the video. For some reason in me, I thought that, these people had red lights in their house.
Yeah.
And
well,
I have one.
Me too.
So
facts. Mine changed color.
Exactly. So, I can't say
but that's just because Fee nasty, though.
Yeah, Fee baby. But apparently, so it's a filter that you put on the video after you record it. There has now been a trend, especially on YouTube videos, to where people can remove those filters off those videos to where they can see exactly what the person was in when they recorded, whether it be nude, lingerie, whatever they were in, now have the ability to see it.
Been nasty, because I think we talked about the other one where they were
literally
full on fucking.
Yeah.
So you do that one.
Yeah. So you literally.
Like if you're fucking on anything like that and putting it out, then people probably already seen it anyway. Like if you're doing it that way, you don't care if the filter's on or not. But anyways, yes, you shouldn't be. Continue.
I found it very, so that was the piece that I did not realize, that was a filter put on the video post-production.
Yeah.
And that there was a way for people who don't have access to the video to remove that filter. There have been a lot of people who are very upset about it, which I feel is definitely understandable, because that's not what the intended purpose of the video was to be.
Yeah.
It's a violation of privacy.
I agree.
And I think it's I think there's an argument that can be made for almost like releasing a sex tape or someone's nudes.
Yeah.
Because that's not the intent of the content.
The original video.
Yeah. Justin, you mentioned you had.
So I go to Media Takeout a lot, and there was a link on there one day that goes, hackers show you how to remove the filter on the blah, blah. So I clicked on the video. I didn't really care, but I was like curious of how it's going to look or whatever. It was like I want to say a minute and a half long, and it was some dude talking, and he was moving a bunch of the lightings around and blah, blah. At the end of it, I could barely see more than it started with, and I felt like either this one that is here is not true. I think, but they've been talking about this for so long. I don't know. But I do feel if you're getting naked on the internet, then eventually someone's going to see it. Like, I understand if you put it out there this way, then that's the way you want it to be. But if you're naked on the internet, then how mad can you be?
Yeah. While a lot of these women did not film these videos naked, the one that Velvet mentioned, that's the only one I've seen in that capacity. Yeah, where they were full on nude.
I've seen
everyone else had. Well, let me just say, they're not on IG. That I haven't seen them. That was.
They had an OnlyFans too, though. So I think that was probably promotion for the OnlyFans. Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that's an invasion of privacy, and that's not what the content was put out there for. Yeah. And so
now you're just changing it.
I'd be very curious as to if there are any type of actions those people can take, or
for them. And a lot of stars been doing it too.
Yeah.
And they probably full on naked, and they have, because I think Lala did it.
Lala did a really. I love Lala.
Oh yeah, when she was upside down too.
She had toys out. She had the whip with the little fringes.
Is Lala still married to Carmelo Anthony?
Yes, they're still figuring life out though. They still be married, but then still be like, I ain't fucking with you, but now I love you again. Oh. I ain't fucking with you, but we working it out. I ain't fucking with you.
But here we are.
I love you as the father of my son.
Well, I guess that's positive.
Yeah. As long as they work it out, whatever they decide to do. But yeah. So she was on her hands and everything, baby. And then who else? Cardi did one with a pole.
I didn't see hers.
Yeah. So I don't know if she was fully naked or not, but yeah.
Cardi don't give a shit.
But
But for those who
they do.
It's just I don't understand why people are just so hell bent on
doing that shit,
doing things like that. It's just kind of weird to me. You're a fucking weirdo if you intentionally do shit like that. I ain't fucking with it. I ain't fucking with it.
There's so much free porn out there. Why do you need to see this person?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe they wanted to see that particular person.
I feel like go get a life, but whatever.
Yeah. So, our girl with the good knees.
Oh, Meg Thee Stallion.
So she dropped the video. First song's been out for a little bit. That came out with her last album, Cry Baby.
Yes, with DaBaby.
That ain't DaBaby. That's
my baby.
So they just recently dropped the visuals for the video.
So
let's discuss.
Justin, thoughts?
It was good. I like it, but I like this. I mean, I pretty much like almost. This is gonna sound like anyways, almost everything Meg Thee Stallion does is
she can't do any wrong.
So when the video was coming out, I knew that it was gonna be fire, and then it
added the baby to it.
And TT Quay, whatever.
Yeah, blame it on Quay.
Yeah. I like.
TT.
I have no complaints, no notes. Perfect 10. I can watch it all day, every day. Honestly.
Okay. I definitely love it, but I'm also a Meg fan and the Baby fan. So majority of things that they're in, I'm usually banging. Even if I skip whoever else verse, I go to their verse.
You do hit skip a lot when it's other people.
I do.
But I loved her like nostalgic, cutesy, like
those little pigtails and shit.
Yes, and she wore my favorite color, the blue. So Meg was rocking the blue, looking good in it.
The bobos in her hair.
With the long hair, and she was fucking it up. I was like, damn, I'm gonna get me a booty like that, y'all.
I make them cry about the pussy.
Yeah,
probably want my shit so wet.
And I say, rewind.
Don't fuck me like that. Fuck me like this. Like, just give the direction. Give the direction. If it ain't going how you want.
The first time I heard it and she said, he probably won't wear my hoodie, I said, she's so
yes! Baby, I got a size medium unisex in the closet. You want that, babe?
And then it's funny because Tory Lanez can probably fit whatever she got. So
Woo! About that.
He could fit a toddler small, but anyway.
So
you know what?
It'd be big on him, just like it would be so funny. I could picture. I remember laughing the first time I heard. I was just,
But she can't do no wrong. Now, while there are many quotables, as we've already said, in the song, there was one that stuck out. Yes. And
if I make up the rules, then I don't think it's cheating.
And it's not.
Okay,
and it's not.
So why you don't think it's cheating?
Because if I make these rules, I make them as I see fit. It ain't cheating. If you don't think the rules is fair, that's your problem. It's not cheating if I make the rules.
Okay.
That's how I feel. Like, you can't be mad because you don't like the rules. The rules is the rules.
So as long as the rules are given in advance, is that what you're stating, or rules along the way?
I'm giving you notice, baby.
Okay.
You're put on notice, so you can either abide by them rules.
Okay, or you can hit the two fingers,
or you can wham.
You said negative. What was the negative?
It's definitely the rules can get made up as you go.
Okay.
Absolutely. If you're making the rules and that is understood, then I can make a new rule tomorrow. I can make a new rule in a week. I can change the rules when I want to, and it's a time because we all understood that this is where the rules come from.
So I make the rules and you abide by them or don't.
That's what I feel she was stating. Okay. Absolutely.
What's your say?
I don't know if many people are going to agree with that in the actual dating world. However, well, for her, obviously you're going to do what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But
you're going to do what Meg says. You signing them waivers.
Facts.
NDAs.
You understand?
Yes, Meg.
Just like the Beyonce song. What was it we were listening to the other night? Beyonce, when she said, yes, when she said that.
If you want to party with the queen, you got to sign a non-disclosure.
Yes, baby.
Mm-hmm. She said, I'm the only lady and I'm still the realest nigga in the room.
That's literally
her husband was on that song.
Yes.
That hurt me. So not hurt me. I don't know what it did. I just was transported.
Yeah, felt it. Because you were like.
I said, but Jay was right here.
But she said, I'm still the realest motherfucker.
So that's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Under what circumstances would you not sign an NDA?
For who?
In general, are there limitations for what you wouldn't sign an NDA for?
I don't understand the question. I'm really trying to be with you here, but I'm confused.
Okay, so let's say, I mean, just to be with anyone, obviously of a certain stature, they require NDAs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But if there are certain prefaces that you are given to a situation.
Examples.
Such as drugs being involved, sex.
What I signed an NDA.
Yeah, with NDAs, is there anything that you draw the line
with a normal person, or are we talking about rich people? Period. With a rich person, I would sign an NDA because they're rich and, whatever. So that would, whatever. With a normal person, I don't understand why I would need to sign an NDA. So, like, what am I... Well, the NDA is usually because you're protecting something. So your assets, your money, something, your family,
your image,
all of that. Yeah. So if it was just a normal, I met a Matthew over here or a Bill or something, then what is the NDA doing?
Yeah, I need context. Exactly. I have questions. This is making me have more.
Exactly. I'm what
confused.
Is going on? I need. Yeah. So it sounds like you have something weird, and I don't know about that. Rich is because, again, you have those things, those items that you need to protect. Mm-hmm. If you're on my, I'm not rich, so if you're on my level, why?
What would you have done if when I said I'd agree to this, I brought you an NDA fee? How would you have felt? If I just pulled it out of my bag and then notarized it?
I mean, but it's going on to where everybody can hear it, so it ain't really...
But you can't talk about it until people on reality shows and such, they can't discuss. They can't tweet about it. They can't promote. They have to, wait until it airs to do anything. So that could be. I'm still only halfway understand the question.
Yes, reverse. If we had you sign an NDA, like say you can't mention, discuss, or anything about this, tell anybody you're even coming to our location, discuss the topics. I mean, for the most part, so those NDAs are usually, they sound very straightforward and very easy to follow. Mm-hmm. Like you can't, like for people who work for like businesses, like you can't release our content ahead of us releasing like stuff. They sound very simple, but people stay fucking them up.
As we talked about with the girl with the Guerrilla Glue, people don't read and don't use common sense.
Exactly. They've read a little bit of it.
It's real easy to know what you can, and maybe they do an accident. Maybe, I'm mentioning this and I'm trying my best to block out pertinent details. But if you put two and two together and figure it out and then go run your mouth to whoever, then I'm fucked. Mm-hmm. Because I was just trying to give you a piece of the story, and little did I know you was Dr. Motherfucking Inspector Gadget, whatever he's called.
You with the feds.
And you figure that shit out. I don't. So for businesses, I understand. Again, for rich people, I understand. But if it was just like a relationship thing, like, you can't talk about anything, then I don't understand that. I wouldn't get it.
Like various parties.
So if I met someone and they were like, I want you to sign this NDA. Anything that we discuss, you can't talk about. I'm confused. Mm-hmm. Do I? Mm-hmm. And I would just need to know why. Yeah. So I don't know. What about you?
I'm always a very critical thinking person, and there's a reason why you're asking of this. Mm-hmm. I'm also not a very trusting person either. So for me, I would say depending upon who it is or the circumstances, that's a huge red flag. Mm-hmm. And depending on what I think I could get out of the situation would depend upon whether or not I would sign the NDA.
You're at a concert, you get chosen to go backstage, and it's wild. You can tell that a lot of fun shit is happening back there. I don't care who the artist is, but you have to sign the NDA to go any further. And if you don't want to sign it, then you are free to go.
So what you doing? Oh, I'm signing it.
Absolutely.
Especially depending on the artist. If it is my husband, J. Cole, signed.
When I was
sealed,
thinking about
delivered.
Pitching it to you, it was going to be Wale, but...
Wale, signed, sealed, delivered. But absolutely, J. Cole did.
There has just been so much, like, kind of calling back to
our last party
with T.I. and
Tiny. But they didn't sign no NDA though.
But so you're introducing something new, right? Mm-hmm. So you're introducing an NDA. Again, you can view a person one way, but how they conduct themselves in private is very different.
It's different.
So when you get taken to that backstage, there's literally no telling what could happen.
Remember when Usher was giving everybody herpes? Do you think he used to...
Herpes? That's alleged.
Do you think there was
NDAs? Allegedly, y'all.
We use alleged around here.
Yes.
That's absolutely fine. When all that was in the media some years ago, do you think that NDAs had anything to do, because Usher used to be on top of the
Well, that was
R&B
just
world.
sexual encounters.
Exactly.
So, I mean, and unless he's having every single person he has sex with sign an NDA.
I don't
Which,
think
you
that's
know
a
what?
question.
That's a good question. So if you have an NDA
Mm-hmm.
and you have sex with someone,
Mm-hmm.
but what if in theory, if he had herpes but didn't disclose it to you, does that void the NDA at that point? Because
I think
you're
it
not
depends
fully right.
I think it depends on what the verbiage is in there, because that is something now that you have to deal with personal, like there's something that affects you. It's not just like, oh, you just can't tell them that you had sex with Billy Usher or whoever the fuck it is. Now it's something that affects you, your health, etc. So that's something you could probably sue for.
Or pertinent information that would have impacted you signing
Exactly.
the NDA.
Exactly. So that would be different. So that would
like
change
one of us
it.
is a lawyer. Together we can make a legal team.
Ooh. That wasn't I had the mouth to be a lawyer. So y'all smart. I can argue it. Y'all just give me the information.
I'm good at research, so facts. But for real. Yeah, I would, for your example, I would definitely sign it, depending on who it is. Like the whole T.I. Tiny thing, allegedly, that is different because they told him up front, like, hey, here's this Molly. Mm-hmm. If you don't take this Molly, you can't come in. So you, again, it is the thing that's the same is that they're telling you up front, hey, this is Molly. You come in or you don't. Right. And so you made the choice to go in at that time. Again, that is allegedly what is being said. For this, it's like, I guess it is different because I don't technically know what's going on backstage. Right. I may see a little bit, but once I get back there, again, I still have a decision if I'm going to stay or not. So I'm 100% signing said NDA.
Did you watch Atlanta with Gambino on?
I only watched a couple episodes. I heard it was really good.
The party at Drake's house. Do you remember that episode? Have you seen that one? Well, they had to get on this bus and move to a whole different location, and then they went to a different location from there. If it was like that, to where you couldn't just leave the situation, and when it got out of hand, would you still sign, or would you say?
So was the NDA signed once they got to
that show
end location?
Didn't have
an NDA.
Oh, I'm mixing what I said earlier with
so in your example, is your NDA signed before you step foot on the bus, or is the NDA signed once you
most likely.
Baby, that's a legally binding agreement.
Mm-hmm. So I'm quite sure, depending on who the said the star is, probably still signing the
party
NDA.
At Drake's house? For a party at Drake's house.
Drake sounds very responsible.
And this was some years ago when Drake was like height of his career.
Yeah. I would probably still do it. It was J. Cole doing it. Wale doing it. Missy Elliott doing it. You understand? Beyonce doing it. I'm doing all of these. I'm doing. Absolutely. If I feel uncomfortable, I am quite sure I know how to get out of a lot of different things. A different time for a different topic. You already know I always got something on me. Somewhere. So if something is to go a different way, someone might end up hurt. I don't know. But it ain't velvet. That's all I'm going to say. And we're going to move forward. That's it.
So yeah. Yeah, just a crash course on NDAs real quick. In case.
Apparently, y'all. Apparently we are lawyers and we didn't even know it.
So, we do the topics. There was something that especially, there's been a lot of holidays as of recent. And there's a very particular one coming up this Sunday, the 14th of February.
It's my father's birthday.
So that's actually a two in one that we can discuss.
He'll get a text message.
So the topic in which we want to discuss is when dating, situationship, relationship, when, where, what time is appropriate for either to plan something for that individual or to purchase something for that individual, just to kind of get the thoughts here.
So I think we should do girl, boy, girl, since there's two women.
So girl V.
Yeah. So I truly don't know when it's appropriate, because this was actually a question that I asked a couple people before. Like if you met someone, so what we're doing the scenario. So let's say you met someone at the beginning of January No, hold on. What is this? This is February.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you met someone at the middle of January, and Valentine's Day is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are not technically in a relationship because y'all are still getting to know each other. It's only been almost a month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if that is the situation, like I wouldn't say go all out.
Mm-hmm.
I'd maybe say like a card or maybe like a small thing of chocolates or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I truly don't know. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't know.
Okay. So what if their birthday was February 21st?
And I just met them same time
frame. What would you feel would be appropriate for Valentine's Day? There's a lot of expectations surrounding Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So very much so in terms of being affectionate, outwardly spoken towards XYZ, elemental P. So birthday. How would you feel following week birthday comes up? What do you think would be
I think maybe a card. And maybe planning something like, like a movie or something like that. Not like, oh, I'm going to take you out to a fancy restaurant type thing. Okay. But maybe like a movie or maybe like a easy, like a quick place to go to eat. But not like McDonald's or something. But maybe like...
Rallies? Chili's.
Like a Chili's or a Texas Roadhouse or something. Like not what is a fancy restaurant that I can't think of? Texas Day Brazil. I'm definitely not paying for that.
But I love Texas Day Brazil.
Yeah, you gonna take a dude out that you just met for his birthday at Texas Day Brazil?
Nah, baby. But I love it.
Exactly.
I enjoy it. No, I'm not taking there.
Like something like that, like Texas Roadhouse, Chili's, Applebee's, something like that. Maybe, but not anything like super. You only know them technically like a month. I think maybe if y'all were actually in a relationship, then that would change. But if y'all are still in the getting to know phase, and y'all are still going out on dates, stuff like that, and y'all aren't technically fully in a relationship, then I don't think you should do anything like out there like you would do for your man or for your woman. But yeah, in reality, I really don't know because I've actually been put in that situation, and I'd be like, do I get some? Do I not? What do I do? Do I? But then it's like, what if this don't really last and I spent all this money on this dude? What? And I literally go back and forth in my head, and usually I end up getting a gift and may like do like movies or something. So that's cheap. $10 bow.
Right. Facts.
So, Justin, your thoughts?
I love you very much, and we've been friends for a long time. I appreciate
yes.
you have given me in the past. With that being said, I do not want a card from anyone ever. I don't need a card.
He definitely hates cards.
How long are you supposed to keep a card after? If you get a birthday card, first it better have. I just don't know. These Christmas cards, birthday cards, Valentine's Day cards, fucking Halloween cards. What do you do with them? They sell them for who?
I've never got a Halloween
What do
card.
you do with, like, how long do you let them sit around before you're allowed to throw them away? I do not need a card.
You throw them away immediately. I know that.
No, I don't. I have a bunch of cards in the corner from random people.
I have definitely seen you throw cards away.
I don't think that's true. Wait until we go back to my house. I'm going to show you all them random cards that just sit there.
I'm going to see if my card did.
The one from Christmas, I think, still is.
See? He thinks still is. Y'all hear this? I put hard work into those cards.
For a card.
But I also gave you a gift. That's different.
Beyond that, gifts, I feel like it's never too early. But it could be just that I have a lot of money, and I feel like...
Okay, sugar daddy.
You know what I'm saying?
You looking for a sugar baby to sponsor?
I feel like I'm not old enough to do that yet, but one day in the near future, that is probably my life.
My application still.
Yeah, no, I feel like if I met you a week ago, whether it's Valentine's Day or I just see something that I think that reminds me of you, if I want to get you a gift, are you going to tell me, oh, I've only known you a month? We're not at that stage.
No,
what the fuck?
I'm going to accept it, but...
So what is this question even about then?
It's about... I didn't say I wouldn't accept gifts. I said when you... So it's when is appropriate time for you to give a gift.
Whenever you feel comfortable with it. It's up to...
Okay.
I think if it's been a week, if it's been whenever you feel comfortable with it, and that is determined by how much you like the said person.
Okay.
And your means, because like I said,
if you have money,
my accounts are not hurting at all. So whenever I see something else that makes me think of this person or that person, okay, I'll give this to them on the next day. I want to see them smile. And that is Christmas, whether it's been 3 months since I met you or I met you on Tuesday and Christmas is Wednesday. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Oh.
I got this. I like you. Here you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all think that's weird?
No.
It's based upon your opinion. I'm not going to say it's weird. It's just not what I would do.
That's because you don't have as much money as me.
Possibly. But even if I had the money, like even if I today was to win the lottery and had $1 million, and let's say the person that I'm currently talking to, I just met them at the beginning of January and Valentine's Day is coming up, I still wouldn't be like,
I'm not saying, give a motherfucker a Benz or something. But if you had $1 million in your account and you met this dude Wednesday and Valentine's Day is 5 days away, it's too much for you to say, oh, let me get him, a nice whatever the fuck you think.
He would probably get a card.
So I think
chocolates.
I think the important part is to have a conversation. I think that is very awkward for a lot of folks. For those who are questioning it, for those who feel, it naturally on their heart just to do so, like Justin, that's completely fine. Everyone does feel differently about that.
Yes.
I think it's important to
ask somebody if it's okay to get them a gift.
No, not okay if it's, but so for me personally, so an example of something I have gone through. So, and it was like for no occasion at all. I was dating someone and they sent, I would say, month, maybe a little bit over a month. They sent, for no reason at all, an edible arrangements to my job.
I love that.
Fee at that point in time was not appreciative of that. I didn't like because that brought attention. Like, people then knew someone was sending me something.
That's a whole other thing.
I hadn't disclosed to nobody I was...
I had roses sent to me when I worked at the front desk of the job I have now.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
But I feel like it's a conversation piece and what people are comfortable with. If you're having questions about that, I know it's always uncomfortable to have that conversation because you don't ever want to think that you're in a different space than someone else or think that you're either progressed further in how you feel about someone versus somebody else. I don't think you would. I think with Justin, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like you attach gifts differently than I think there's an emotional attachment for me.
It's his
with
love language.
So, call back to episode 3. I do think receiving gifts may be a part of your love language, where you definitely appreciate that as a sign of like affection and reinforcement from somebody else. But that's not necessarily where I was going with it. I connect like an emotional attachment to it. So if you give something like that to me, I feel like you feel on a certain level. And
so
I don't feel that level for you.
So I have a question. You say he sent it to your job and you didn't like it because of the attention. So what if he sent it to your house? So would you have felt different? Because the way you're describing is it's not that you didn't like the gift, it's that you didn't like it because it was sent to your job and people saw
you
that.
Didn't like the publicity
exactly.
Of it and
so if it was sent to your house
in your business,
then so it was sent to your house, then you would have.
I think my reaction would have been different.
Okay.
I think a conversation, in retrospect, because this was Fee is currently 29.
Oh my God, you old.
Mind your business, bit, because you were definitely older than me. In retrospect, I think I was maybe like 19, 20 at the time. I don't think because at that point, full disclosure, I cut him off. Because I was just like, because
of that?
I did. Because I just felt like it was moving. I felt like he it was like a whole bunch of cute lovey-dovey stuff. I was like, I don't.
So what did you want?
Can we pause and I have a new question that is semi-related?
Sure.
If instead of sending this edible arrangements to your job, if this person had cashed after you the total that was going to be instead buy yourself, whatever, or have a nice lunch today. Because someone did that to me before. Of what are you going to have for lunch? And I don't know. Oh, well, I know you like this place. I'm going to call and place this order. Like, I thought that was nice and cute, and it's whatever. If that had happened if you had a Cash App for the total of
the edible,
so now it's no attention. It is cash, which I think is one of the best gifts. And
yes.
How would that have changed anything, or would it?
I think it would have changed it. Wow. I think because I'm a type of person who. Okay, I wasn't expecting this, you guys.
On blast. No.
On 100% blast. There's no filter between it, just like full through. I don't know. There's a type of just way that I like to handle things and introduce people to people in my life. In a professional setting, someone who I'm just dating, I don't want to expose that to people who are around me. Especially in that position, I was in a managerial place in my career at that point. So it's just I had people in my business who I didn't feel like should be in my business. That was kind of an issue in terms of the hierarchy of everything. I just didn't want people in my business in that capacity.
So if he sent you the money, then
it would have been different, yeah. Okay. Because it was very out in the open and for everyone to see, and because it wasn't something that had been around, there was a lot of questions that I did not want to answer. I don't want to tell you, yes, it's easy just to say to mind your business.
Yes.
But that's not how that dies. We all know that. That's not how the questions that people have that you didn't answer, that's not how those questions die.
I think it depends on who you are.
It can be speculation amongst people.
Exactly. Because
a secret admirer is plenty of enough for now get back to work because
facts. Because I have
but
a secret
their questions don't stop there, at least amongst each other.
Oh, I don't give a fuck past that point. Yeah.
No, I don't like that. I don't like you my business.
Yeah, but they can only do as much as you give them. So
exactly.
So it would have whatever. This was 10 years ago.
That's why I think conversations should be had.
We had Obama as president 10 years ago.
That's why I think conversations are important, and also to an extent, everything. The example we're using is a pretty new partner, new person.
So I would say
kind
like
of understanding
time frame.
Who that person is and kind of reading that off of them. I tend to come off as a very private person and guarded person.
Yes.
So to send something like that to me doesn't seem like something that my personality type would be very open and willing to accept from someone.
Maybe one day y'all were talking about edible arrangements. And
we didn't. Oh. I've never talked about edible arrangements because their chocolate sucks. I definitely didn't expect them
fucking flowers to pop up in my job, but that's a false because I saw my history. Anyways, yeah, no. It's not always great to get stuff at work. And I do think that you should know whoever you're dating well enough to know if that's something that they're going to appreciate.
Yeah. Or before you take that step and do that.
There are definitely people that would love it.
Gifts in general. So the last time that I was in like a dating situation and had to kind of navigate that, I was dating someone for a couple months. Their birthday was coming up. I didn't purchase anything for them per se, but I planned to do a dinner for them. Like at my house. Like I was going to make something for that individual. I think that's appropriate for, dating for at that point we've been dating for like maybe 4 months. I think that's appropriate. So I think at that point it's appropriate to do something at that point to an extent. I didn't feel like at 3-4 months I was ready to purchase you something.
Because
at that point, that's something that you have now. Like if it's a piece of clothing, if I start dating someone else, like that goes into a whole nother thing. Like some people have an issue with how certain things originate to come in your possession. Like did this come to you, you purchase it, or did someone else get this for you?
Oh, like when you start dating somebody else?
Yeah, like when you start dating somebody else. So I feel like there is a certain investment. For me, if I purchase something for you, that's an investment for me to you. Like I'm invested in you to purchase something for you. But it's all how you attach it, because obviously how Justin attaches meaning to purchasing things and how I do
are two different things.
Are different.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to throw away. See, I'm a Scooby-Doo fan. And I was told by my partner that I needed to throw away my Scooby-Doo that I got for Valentine's Day from someone that I was talking to previously. At first I didn't. For a long time. I hid it. Because I love Scooby-Doo. It had nothing to do with the person that gave it to me. It's just because I was like, why would I throw away fucking Scooby-Doo? That doesn't make sense. But yeah.
I love him.
And I had to throw it away. I was very sad. Like, I was very sad. Like, I was mad at the person.
You probably should have left it at my house until...
I should have, because that relationship didn't motherfucking work. And I could have had my Scooby-Doo now.
Yeah, I don't know what you was thinking. You should have called me that day. What the fuck?
I told you about it, and I had it thrown away at that point, but we never...
This is not real.
This is definitely real. You don't remember? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was my Valentine's from a college friend.
I don't care. You should have told me that this was happening, and I don't know how I wouldn't have had the idea of just leaving it at my house until whatever.
I don't know. It was back when we were in college, so...
Okay.
It would have been, I don't know.
You could have probably left it in Christina's room. Whatever. Anyways.
But yeah, so I definitely understand what you're saying about people and how they feel about gifts you get.
Yeah, it just depends on who, I feel like who you're with.
I don't feel like it should matter up to a certain point. Yeah.
I said, for me, like, I'm a very thoughtful gift-giving person. And I will only put that effort into it if we were at a certain level. Otherwise, I'm like, happy birthday, text message. Yay. Like, at this point, where I'm at now in my dating realm, I don't want no one to get nothing for me, and I don't anticipate getting anything for anybody.
So if you were to get a gift, say, I like your watch band a lot, but let's say someone bought you a new band for your watch, and you had only been seeing them for not even a whole 2 weeks yet. You'd say, no?
I'd be like,
She would probably say thank you and take it, and then she would have a conversation with him.
Probably.
And it was, by the way, the new watch band that this person got for you, you liked a lot. Like, you really, like, oh my God, I wish I'd seen this myself.
I think, so, for me, those, for some reason, are signs of someone who's trying to push or rush something. So those signal something to me when someone does something like that.
And he would say to you, I was at whatever store today, and I was looking for something else, but then this popped out, and I was like, Thee would really like this. I know she would. And I almost even took a picture of it and sent it to you, but I was like, no, I'm going to surprise her.
Oh,
and sweet. Upon the surprise, you'd say, oh, yeah, stop buying me shit. That's you.
Like,
so
I really love
where's the receipt? I need to pay you back now. Is that you? I don't understand. I don't understand.
I think she's gonna accept all the gifts. Is the point? However,
and then break up with them. It's not necessarily goodbye, but it is stop buying me shit.
It's let's talk about where this place of you doing this came from,
so that you can stop it.
Not stop it, but
to see if they're on the same
I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah. And the page is, when you buy me things, I need to know about it first.
No, not need to know about it. But, so for me, I'm not buying you something unless you're my guy.
And that's fine.
Unless you're my dude. Dude, if we haven't established that, that's probably, if they purchase something from me like that and we haven't established that, that's probably where I would be like, I'm not really comfortable accepting something like this from you in the future.
AKA.
Stopping it.
Stop buying me shit.
That's legit.
Until there is...
Come on, Fee.
What, a fucking ring? Like, what do you...
Man, I didn't say you gotta marry me.
I'm confused.
She's trying to say they need to be, like, in a relationship. Like,
exclusive,
they need to be...
We're not...
That. Not just, we're in the dating phase.
That is so much. That is so... Like, if I like you and I see something at Target or Walmart or Aldo or whatever that I think, you know...
The person likes?
Yeah. Like, I can see this in her room, or I know that this is going to be like a centerpiece that she, whatever, a belt. I don't fucking, if I know that you're going to like it and I have time to do something nice.
Yeah. I'm going to accept it. I'm not saying that I would never accept a gift. That's not what I'm saying at all. So I'm not on that level.
Yes, you're on the buy them a card and hope they get me a card.
No, I'm on the, hopefully we're on the same page, so I get the same page. Hopefully it's not
give everybody a card and get a card back.
a card, or again, like I said, chocolates, or if there's flowers or something like that. Not, hey, I'm gonna buy you this $100-something gift. No, it's gonna be like maybe a belt or something small. It's not something big.
That's why I still feel like a conversation is good, because I feel like a lot of men. So I feel like the rule I choose to take is more of what men usually take. Men are usually very much kind of like, she's doing a lot type deal. Like, she may think this is more than what it is. She's investing more. She's doing more.
So you think that way when a man buys you a gift? Maybe he just wanted the punani.
Just ask.
Y'all heard it here first. Fee said, just ask.
Just ask.
He'll come up to you like, so I just want the pussy. That's it.
That's fine. We don't have to sugarcoat. We don't have to put powdered sugar on it.
Sure.
I want powdered sugar, bitch.
No, if that's what your end game is, like, I mean, just be, because I'm an energy person. Mm-hmm. So like, when you give me certain things, like, there's an energy attached to that. If something happens, and again, if I end up in another situation or a relationship, I'm not going to keep that with me, because I just feel like that's something that I just.
So you just throw away. So all your old relationships, you threw away everything that they gave you.
That's actually something the last one I was in, that's really something I've been considering doing. When I bind into another relationship.
Why don't you do it now?
Because I don't feel like that's necessary at this point.
What is the item? Because I don't remember.
I've got jewelry. No, not.
Okay, I was, in my head I'm thinking, I'm like, I don't remember that. Jewelry.
It would be more or less for like a marriage situation. That's where I would start cleansing those things. But I mean, I know people who, when they went into that step, things that they've taken into that relationship that have come from other people become cleansed from them.
I don't know if I would. Maybe that's a conversation I would have.
And that's the reason we have these different perspectives.
Yeah.
Like, your Scooby-Doo shit can be thrown away after you're married. But say so-and-so bought you this nice, pretty $4,000 MacBook.
Ooh, absolutely not thrown away.
Or your iPhone 13. Like, what? No. Like, there's a lot. Jewelry, technology, and some other higher end items.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I said my accounts are not, that comes from, making sensible decisions. Mm-hmm. I'm not throwing away bullshit because so-and-so that, did some dumb shit and I don't want to talk to you no more. I see every time I look at this. Boom, kiss. You know what I mean?
Not my damn computer. Fuck that. Hell, I'm keeping my computer. You buy me a computer? Facts. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck. I'm Black baby. I don't think a man usually going to ask anyway, who bought you this computer? So
it's not about the knowing. I think it's about how you feel.
Yeah,
using it.
Oh, I'm still using it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And the only thing I probably would probably be like the Scooby-Doo stuff. Even though it's just because I love Scooby-Doo, it just hurt me. But, so yeah, I don't know. But that was before I went into my marriage. So, and that was the person I married asked me to throw it away. And I really didn't want to. Well, I really didn't. But he was just upset because of other shit. But yeah.
He's going to be upset about anything.
That's a different day, different topic. But, yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes, we are 4 episodes strong.
Yes.
Loving it. Continue to like, share, comment,
subscribe.
Don't forget to listen every week. We'll continue to drop on our social medias. Remember, we are now live on Apple, you guys.
Yes, I forgot about that.
We are live on Apple now. Well, not live, but we drop in Wednesdays on Apple now. Yes. All of our previous episodes are on Apple. Yes. Everything that's dropping moving forward is on Apple. So if you are waiting for Apple to listen, or if you were using other avenues to listen until it came to Apple, it's there now.
Yes, Apple, YouTube, everything else.
Spotify's.
Yes.
Oh, I wish I was here next weekend because that movie comes out. We can talk about that. The Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Did that Zendaya movie come out with the?
Yes. It's on Netflix.
We should have watched that today.
We should. So, guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe. It is your girl, Velvet. Just remember, each of you are beautiful and to never stay stagnant in your life.
And this is Thee Baby signing off. Set each day with new intention. Life is tough, my dear, but so are you. Any words of impartment you would like to share, Justin?
I did not know y'all had fucking taglines when you closed down. So let me just let everybody know that my arm hurts like hell from this COVID shot, but
We should have talked about that, bitch.
For another time.
Yes.
For another time.
Also, I'm a pro at fucking, what did we just come from? Axe throwing?
Yes. Shut up.
I had all the shit working. I did the underhand. I almost
did
it behind the back.
He just like
I did 2 at a time. The dude that works there was like, "You want a job?" And I said, "I don't even live here."
So we're going to sign off, y'all.
Thank you for joining us, Justin.
Bye.
Deuces.